Yes, hello guys. Hope you are doing great. Hope you're doing great. And yeah, today we're going to be making this piece here. It's an art piece I found on ArtStation, and links to the original work is in the description if you want to check it out. Hello, MTO Creations. How are you? Glad to see you. Yeah, this is by Yichen Shen, amazing artist. I'm not signed in. Hey, Zigzag, how are you? Glad to see you. Yeah, so links are in the description if you want to check out this piece. But we're going to try and use it as inspiration to see what we can do on our own. But yeah, how have you been? How have you been? So let's do some quick. Good, nice. Let's do some quick promos. So True Terrain is an amazing add-on, one of the best for creating terrain in Blender, and it's oh wait, why is this not loaded? You can use it to generate terrain in Blender, as you can see from the images here. They have a few versions. They have a light version that comes. Oh, my internet is a bit slow today, but that's okay. Anyway, the links are in the chat if you want to check out how True Terrain works. Basically, it's just a library of different terrains that come with materials and textures, so you can use it as a starting point to create your environments. Really amazing stuff. There's also RBD Lab, which I think is the best VFX add-on for creating physics simulations in Blender, because Blender is a bit limited in that area, but this add-on makes it kind of on par with something like Houdini, so it gets you some of those features. Anyway, so yeah, let's try and make this. Again, if you want to check out the reference image, links are in the chat or in the description. So let's get started with this. This time I want to start with the water. I'm going to just have it like this. Thinking we're going to use cycles, so let's switch to that. GPU, and let me turn on my shortcuts, have them on the left here. Okay, I wanted to start with water because I want to do this, test out this water effect here. So let's do a nice blue material. And I'm going to use the layer weight effect. I'm going to use the layer weight just to get a nice gradient. And I think I can just use a math node here. Tell this to multiply. Maybe add a color ramp. Increase the blending a bit. I want to be more something like that. I'm going to use color mix RGB. Hey Exom Bob, how are you? Glad to see you. How have you been? It's been a while since last seen you. Were you here in the last stream? Don't remember. So, how have you been? Yeah, let's make that water. I want it to have that greenish look. Another thing I want to do is create that white water stuff. So I'm just going to use a Suzanne head here just for testing. Like this. And what I'm going to do is use dynamic paint. So let me have this as dynamic paint, canvas, and we want to use image sequence, and the type should be paint. Yeah. And then for the brush, let's create a brush collection. I'm going to select this, hit M, call this brushes. Okay, and I'm fine enjoying Durga Puja in India. What is that? I'm unfamiliar with that. It's yeah. So just going to add this to the collection, and this is an head. I'm going to give it a dynamic paint, type brush, add brush, and the type should be, the source should be mesh plus proximity, and here the resolution, I think I can use 1024, something big enough so that we can hold enough resolution. And one thing I want to do is make sure that the end frame is set to 1, because we don't want to bake out all the frames. We just need one single frame. So I'm going to go to, is it output? Yeah, you can. I'm going to bake out OpenEXR, and I think I can just hit bake. And since it's just a single frame, it shouldn't take too long. So now I can import in the image. Let me copy this. I just paste it directly here. Yes, you can see this is the image we're using, I think. So we have just baked. So we should be able to see that, which is great. That's the alpha, that's the, yeah. So if we have multiple, if I suppose, it's a festival full of joy and happiness. Nice, nice. It's been a while since I've been in a festival. So, yeah, so if you have this, we can, if you add more objects in the brush collection, we can bake again, and that should give us, why did this, oh, you have to reload using Alt R, select the image and Alt R to reload this. That would be, gives us that white water again. Hi sir, hello Sam VFX, how are you? Okay, so now I can do another mix RGB. So this is going to color 1, and this is going to the factor. Actually, it should be the opposite. So this should be, interesting. It should be white. So yeah, we have that, and we can add more detail to that. To this, I want to first add some contrast, or shrink this a bit, and I can add now some noise. Let me make sure I'm saving this. Call this Disney Village. By the way, you can get the project files on Gumroad if you're interested in checking out the projects, or on my Patreon if you're a patron. I'm going to bring in some noise here. Text to noise. And just add a mix RGB. Just making a simple shader. And we can use a color ban. And play with the noise, so it looks noisy. Just like that, which I think is amazing. Since when do you do 3D? It's been a while. I want to say around 10 years. So, okay, so now that we have the water, maybe we can give them some reflections. Go to the world settings and give this some sky texture, and pause this. Let me have it 0.1. Rotate the sun 45. Okay, have a good starting point. Can you use Eevee on this one? Yeah, so Eevee, we can use Eevee, but the reason why I am hesitant to use Eevee sometimes is that it can be a bit slow when you're working. But we shall see. We will keep switching between different render engines and see. How I start sculpting, but reference. Without reference? Is that what you're asking? Okay, let's do a house. I think I can start with this house here. Let's do this house. You just have to practice. There's no trick to it. Just practice. Okay, let's do this house here. Let me see. Which one should we start with? I want one that is going to give us... Let's start with this cylindrical one. So, large circle like this, extrude, and pause this, auto smooth. Okay. Fill it in, insert, extrude. Okay, just extrude again, something like that. Okay. Now let's add some detail to this. First, I think I can grab, let me go to my texture folder and grab a grunge map. And go to my detail walls folder. Let me see if I have any good material that I could use here. I think something, this. And create a new material, call this wall, import this texture. Let me look at this. I'm just going to use cube projection and just move this around until I line up things. And grab this. Yeah, something like that. And I can also grab this face, just push it down until it meets that area. Just something like that. I think that's a nice wall detail. So I can just use a color mix RGB. Just blend this with some yellow color like that, or some color like that, and it should have a nice wall like that. And I can even just use this as the roughness. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, now we have these wooden areas, but we also have this curved surface, which I think can be hard to do. Let's see. If I start with a plane, let me first. I want to make these curved areas just remove this face, extrude in like that. Actually, can just make this my life much simpler by just rounding off this edge, and I'm going to remove these details. Do you have or use a graphics tablet for sculpting, or do you use a mouse? I have a graphics tablet, but I rarely do any sculpting, so yeah, I'm not very good at sculpting. So I avoid it like a plague. Okay, so I'm just trying to make these arches here. And I think it's going to work best. Actually, thinking if I just add a loop here and add another loop here, select, just remove these, can just make my life easier by just doing that. And okay. Now I can use an array. And let me also grab this circle here. Or just add a curve circle. And let me move this to that point and add a curve object. Use the curve we have just created. Like that. And just, yeah, like that. And scale it down until everything connects. Basically, we have that now. I think we should be able to scale it in. And again, to make my life easier, I'm just going to use the solidify modifier so that I can give this some bit of thickness like that. Can scale this out a bit. Auto smooth like that. And I think I can even use, let me make sure that I merge these faces, and I can even use a bevel object just to round off those edges a bit. And let me see, should I, so we have a curve, have a deformer. Yeah, awesome, thank you. GPU, you can use exclamation mark specs to see my specs. Okay, so with this, we can give this a wood material. I think I do have a wood material already. Wood. Let me see. This, can I use this? That's going to do cube project. Yeah, something like that. Come back to this array, just increase the merge distance. And just select. Let me just parent this where I can easily move this. So this is around here, like that. Now you can see there is still a lot of detail around this, and I think I can even just scale this so we have something like that. Okay, something like that. And you can even, to make this the process much easier, I'm just going to duplicate this, remove the bevel, remove the solidifier, remove the curve. Actually, I need to use Alt D to duplicate this. But this is an instance. Any changes I make to this should be applied to this. But I don't want any modifiers on this. It should make my editing much easier. So, because I want to add in these details, I'm going to grab this edge, extrude it on the Y. I think I need to push it the other side. So we have this stand. Again, duplicate it and extrude up. I want to add these barriers or barricades, whatever you want to call them. Control L, Shift H. Yes. Add a few. Hey, Yuri Sich. Gavin. How are you? Gets to paradise. Nice. Okay, so with this, I thank you, Moisture, for subscribing. Okay, I thank you, Chris, for subscribing as well. Want to select these, bevel these edge loops, and grab this edge loop. That I can just extrude it up, and I think I need to push it a bit. I'm currently doing Blender Guru's Blender Donut tutorial. Do you recommend any tutorials for beginners to learn? Yeah, that's a great tutorial to begin with as a beginner. I think it demonstrates a lot of principles, I think. Yeah, so definitely do recommend it. I'm going to remove these faces, but I also recommend these live streams because you can ask questions and I'll be able to answer them for you if you have any questions. So do stick around. Joe, what are you learning Blender for? Are you going into game development? What exactly? Hey, so yeah, that should be good enough, I think. Like that. Of course, you can probably model this way better than I've done, but I think this will suffice. Please suggest in what way should one practice Blender to grow at it once you know all the basics. Just look at other people's work and try to recreate something better. Basically what we're doing here. This I think is a great way to progress. Okay, let's make this arch, which is quite interesting. How would you approach this? Let me see. This is, let me see. If we have a sphere, just going to start with the obvious shape to start with here. I'm trying to recreate this dome. So it's like that. Let me look at the wireframe. Also has these smaller windows. I will call them windows. That are like, I think they are a bit like that. Let's see. If I just, let me first, I want to have these edges connected like that. It should make the Boolean much easier. I think the only way to have this is to use Booleans. Your streams are quite helpful. Thank you. Thank you as well, Paravas. I'm glad you're finding them useful. I just joined right now. On what part are you working on? I'm trying to work on this area now. This dome here. It's quite complicated, but I want to see if we use Booleans. The issue with Booleans is that they're going to be a bit difficult to work with. They're going to be quite. Let's try it and see if we can approach it differently. Because there's always multiple ways to approach any problems. So I think there are 6 parts to this. So if I drag this, trying to use a different type of circle. So if I rotate this 45, yeah, I think this one might give us better results, but let's see how many. If I use a mirror, we need a mirror object. Rotate this 45. So this piece can also be rotated. I want 6 of these. Do you stream every day? No, sometimes I miss some days. Do you recommend to buy a graphics tablet? I picked up one recently for just $10. If it's cheap, then I would recommend it, because if you're going to do especially sculpting, yeah, I would really recommend it. Hello, Horizon Bros. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I'm really struggling with this. Find the best way to approach this detail here. I'm trying to avoid booleans at all costs because I don't want the mesh to be too dirty. That it will need cleaning up. So let's see a different approach. Okay, so we have this, and I think we can add, let me just remove this side, have a mirror, try to make another arc here. Instead of using booleans, I'm just going to just cut out the detail directly so that we have a cleaner, polygons. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Sorry I can't pronounce your name, but thank you, appreciate that. Not gonna lie, accidentally typed graphics card. Okay. Okay, so I want this to, I think this edge would have to come right around here for this to be one, two, three. Okay, something like that. Now I can just, hey, thank you, Iman Gobadi, for subscribing. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, so this can be like this. Thank you, Brave, for subscribing, appreciate that. I think I can use the shear tool here. So you can see we spent a significant amount of time on this because this is the highlight of this dome. So you want to spend some time on that. I think this arch is a bit too big. So let me first undo that. I made the arch too big. It should be smaller. So let's do, I think, a cut. Maybe first add a cut here and apply the mirror. So maybe this arch should come like that, should be around there. Let's bring back the mirror. Extrude. Okay. Okay, I think that's better. You can apply the mirror. Then create a mirror object. Let me see, mirror object, where is I need an empty. Need an empty like this, and add a mirror. Select this because I think we need so one here, and we can use the bisect tool like that, and then another mirror. Is it mirror like that? Yeah, basically I think that's it. So we just have to, let's see, work on one side. So I can now just come in here, add some details on one single side. I'm gonna continue Blender Guru. Nice, no problem. Okay, thank you, Li Dong Yang, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Okay, just grab this. We don't have to copy the reference image or one for one. We can add our own detail, and I just wanted to show off how you can approach this piece here. Okay, I need to first remove, most of this geometry. Yeah, so we just remain with this, and now this mirror should, I need another mirror object that uses this. Okay, I think I messed up this, but it's okay. We can just use the spin tool. It should give us the same results. And duplicate. Just use, yeah, should give us the same result. So just merge by distance, and we basically have that detail. Now I'm going to use my roof material. Let me come here and just go to my textures, see if I have a roof material. Let me see. Let me see in my download folder here. My downloads. Let's go to the asset library, see if I have a roof material that I can use. Just yeah, something like this, and I need a proper UV set. Let me use Cube Project, and that should give us not the best, but let's see Cylinder Project. Yeah, Cylinder Project will work. Just need to correct the scaling. And I move stuff like that. These ones here, we want to unwrap them separately so that their UVs look correctly. I think I need to rotate them. And I just move these around. Okay, I think that's good. So going to give this a mix RGB. If possible, do Cinema 4D streams also someday. It's been a while since I last used Cinema 4D, and I've built my audience around Blender, so yeah, don't think they would love the switch. Okay, let me see, add some roughness, add math node. Unfortunately, YouTube have only one like button, but I want to give you thousands of like buttons. Your work is always amazing. Thank you, Rizwan Ahmad. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what else. I don't need this mirror anymore. Let's go back to the this was supposed to go on top of this, so let me add that on top there. I think it's supposed to be larger. This can go in the backup collection, so BK like that. Like that. How often do you suggest people save their projects? Every couple of minutes, or only after significant? Any chance you get, I'll recommend you save. And actually, I'll recommend you save a backup copy in case the original version crashes or something. Okay. I'm going to use a solidify modifier. Let me also add the wall material to the second slot, and I use that in the material tab. No. This. I recalculate normals. This should use. Okay, so the inside should. Look at that. That looked very nice. Give it some thickness. Auto smooth, and I need to increase the normal angle to 45. Yeah. Okay, so then another thing I need to do is just grab basically this entire loop. Shift D. I think can I get away by just pushing it in a bit like that, and then just extruding it down. Control L, Shift N, just pushing it back in So we have basically the walls. Actually, I think it should be this edge loop here as it goes around this dome. I save all the time. Keep in mind you can crash at any point if you don't want to lose. Yeah, that's some great advice. Wisdom there. Separate this line. Just extrude it down like this. Shift N. Auto smooth. And I think this one we don't need. We can just use one single material. And I just unwrap. Alright, let me just use cube projection or cylinder projection, since this is a cylinder. Yes. Yeah. If I have a dome like that, and we can add in these circular details, windows. I think I can just come in here. I can just use, let me see, I want to add it here. So let me use a cylinder, rotate this 90 degrees. Just hit F, push that in, shift N, apply this. Okay, do I need to do that? Let me see. I can grab these, add booleans. So we have that inlet. Apply the boolean, and I think we don't need that anymore. Yeah, so something like that. But we need it on each window that we have. So I think I need to use the mirror modifier again. So let me add the empty back up there. Grab this, add a mirror, select this, I rotate this 45, and use the bisect options, and we should have that there, like that. And we need another mirror. Yeah, like that. I'm going to skip this here, this face here, but if you want, you can do that. But yeah, so something like that. Now we can start blocking out our scene to see how things are going to look. I think I need to push recalculate normals. I would like cut faces for the cube or object are you using inside etc. If you recalculate normals. Confused. How are you open? How are you open this circle menu? I'm using this is an add-on I'm using, so you may not have it. Anyway, okay, let's see how things are going to be. First get rid of these. I have some trees I made, some anime trees I made, and then let me go to Blender everything here just to show you. And then maybe let me also open up Blender here, the project here. Okay, so I was creating some animatries which you can get on Gumroad. You can see them. I think I'm going to use them here. If you want to check them out, there is the link. Made them today. This is how they look. Let me just give it a minute to calculate like that. And yes, it's a library. So let me see, animate. Okay, let me bring that in. Edit preferences, path. So that should be under. Should be in today's projects. We should be October animatory asset. Okay. I guess I can. Running out of space. Let me see. Should I create another? Let me split this. Just have the asset browser here, and just go to the animatory. Okay. Let's see. Let me just drag this. And see how that looks. Just bringing in some trees. Just finished workout. Nice. What kind of workout did you do? Running? Let's do the foreground. Just going to grab a plane. Subdivide it a few times. Just turn on proportional editing. Just okay. Let's create this ground. Just going to use noise texture. Very little scale, small scale. Just connect these. I'm just going to sample this image directly for the ground colors. Okay. Okay, let's do some grass like this. I'm just going to use a plane and subdivide it a few times and just use a shrink wrap on this like this, and go to the hair system, just set up some grass, go to children, let's start with about 100 and give this some children, increase the radius a bit like that. Let's see how this looks. Not bad. Let me go to the turn on some. Do we need advanced? No. Let's do under the hair shape. Bring the shape up a bit. And you don't need to see. Okay, let's create our grass material. Grass. And we can use this in the render settings for the particles. Render. The material should use the grass. I guess we can use a diffuse. We don't want a too complicated shader, so with a greenish material like that, with some translucence. Let's see how that looks. Nothing too complicated. Let's go back. I can increase the hair just a tiny bit. Thank you, Vlad Novikov, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Let's use some noise to add some bit of shadow in the grass. I think we can use some color ramp like that. Use a color, mix RGB. Thank you, JR, for subscribing. Appreciate that. I think I need the width of the grass to be a bit thicker. For now, let's first go with that grass. Okay, I'm going to push it a bit to the left because it's supposed to be a road. So let's duplicate this again. It makes it a nice footpath like that. Now I can turn on proportional editing, just make this more. Thank you for the free models. You're welcome, man. Thank you as well. You are welcome. Glad you're enjoying them. Okay, have a footpath like that. We need some shadows. Control P. Bring in these trees. And bring in this larger tree. Copy. Just paste this in. Have this in a BK. Oh, where is my tree? Where is my new tree? Ah, here. Interesting. It's here. Okay. Any idea how to make noisy texture sharp with high quality edge? You can use the car ramp to bring up the contrast a bit. God, this chat 69 chat bot, I don't know how to deal with it. Always comebacks, no matter how many times you ban it. Okay. We need some shadows. I think we can change the direction of the light. Let's try -45. -25. -70. We can always come back to the shadows and change the colors a bit. Just to the light and change it a bit. Do you have any cartoon style forest scene? Cartoon style forest scene? No, I don't think so. I don't think I do. Okay. Let's add some rocks here, some footpath. Today, I did create a lot of assets today. Also created this footpath. Let me see footpath. Node setup. So let me just copy it, paste it. It's easy to set up, but it takes a lot of time. So I'm not going to show how to set it up using geometry nodes, but it's very, you can get it on my Gumroad if you want, but it's just going to help us with some details. Okay, so this is it. Oh, okay, Blender just crashed on me. I have to go to sleep now. It's late in my country and I have a big test tomorrow. I hope you have a good stream. Thank you. I hope your test goes well as well. grab this. So the way this path works is just you just draw a curve, and I'm just going to draw it on the surface of this, and basically you create a path just like that, and you can go to the modifiers. Since we have drawn the path directly onto the surface, I don't need this tab, its modifier, but I can extend the path width and basically just have some rocks on the surface, which I think is awesome. Okay. The materials can look a bit better. Okay. How can I do lighting like in this scene? Yeah, we're going to experiment with that and see. So yeah, stick around and we can experiment together. How do you even come up with nodes to create this? Yeah, when you have to, it's a learning process. You get. I don't know how to explain it, but you get it when you get it, I guess. Okay, let's see. We need basically the same setup on the other side. So I'm just going to grab essentially everything on this side. The grass. Yeah, everything. Shift D, rotate, so we have it on the other side. Like that. Just bring this here. You get it when you get it. It's hard to explain how you. Basically, with practice, stuff start to click. I can't tell you that you do this and then get it, but yeah. Can you make a 3D character with the help of photos? Yeah, I've seen a lot of AI stuff with that can do something like that. So maybe. Okay. I think this surface has to be a bit brighter. Yeah, there are some text to 3D modeling stuff coming out. I think it hurts some areas, more so in concept artists. I think very specific things will need hand modeled. Yeah, even in the modeling area, I think for some stuff, a lot of areas are going to be hurt by AI. So that's something we all all have to come to terms with, I think. But we shall see. And what is most scary is that it's just in a time frame of less than a year, there's just a lot of progress that has been made. So it's a bit worrying. How easily these okay. Like products AI doesn't know exists yet and aren't actually advertised yet. Who knows, though? Time will tell. Yeah, one. It's basically a new tool, but has shown a lot of potentials. A lot of potential. So, a lot of potential to replace a lot of jobs in the 3D industry. So, it's a bit concerning, but we shall see. We shall see. Let's bring in some of the old houses we have made, because if we don't do that, this might take way longer than expected. Let's populate this area with a few buildings. We created from different streams. Thank you, the guy, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Thank you, Gully Bully Maker, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Read my previous comment, please. Can you make a 3D character with the help of photos? I want to create a cartoon low poly character from photo. It's not too complicated. Create character, but I don't know how to model. I just make animation. So if you can make that model, then I can pay you. I don't do character modeling, unfortunately. So. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Asif Mahmoud. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Okay, I think this tower. Thank you, Ian Soto Major, for subscribing. Appreciate that. have this mountain. So we need to change the direction of the sun to be maybe negative 75. Yeah, something like that. So that the sun is coming from this direction. The light needs to be facing the building. Yeah. Read my mind. Okay, let me grab this. These buildings need to be a bit bigger. Maybe like that. G collection. Okay, I want to have these steps here. So still haven't added the detail that is required for this. Let me first apply this and just grab this, shift D, I think I can give this now a wood material as well. Cube project, or just Control E maxim, Control E max, Control E maxim, Control L, and wrap. Okay. What do you think is the hardest part in Blender, in the workflow? The hardest part, rigging is quite hard. So I would put it up there in the hardest things. Just let me see, grab this, insert, and then just bridge faces there, maybe just finding shortcuts so that I don't have to do too much detail on this. Okay, we need some shadows, I think. So let me grab one of these. Just Thank you, Anil Kumar, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay. I think I'm starting to like how this is looking. Thank you, Chris Rhodes, for subscribing as well. Yeah, I want a shadow around here. So let me see. Okay. Maybe something like that. And another shadow. Let me use a mountain to create a shadow this side. Yeah, I think that's all right. Now, I think I'm going to grab one of these trees, call it 1. Okay, let me add some trees around here and there. Instance 1. And that. Instance 1. Tree somewhere there. How long have you been working on this project, this specific project? Let's see, 118 hours, 118 minutes, 1 hour and 18 minutes. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Really like how these trees are coming out. Okay, let's see what can we do. Okay, so I want the white water, and we also have this bridge here. I don't know, this thing here. So let's make it. I'm going to start with a simple cube. Let me see. So it looks like that. Shift D, yes. It's supposed to. This fence here is what I'm creating now. Thank you, Daniel Moore, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Just going to grab these here, join them and give them the wood material. Now I just need to create these other pieces that join them together. So Shift D, want them to be as just distribute them. Yeah, something like that. I also have this other bush that I created for the anime tree park. Tree. Yeah, this bush here. Just going to copy that. Paste it in here. Just find different areas I can put that. Then I can just put it behind this house. So it looks like a tree in the back there. I need to reduce the size of these leaves. Maybe even when did I? Okay. How are you gonna give anime effects on materials? Render scene. They are realistic. I think the lighting can also help. Actually, let me try improving the lighting here. I'm going to add an area light around here. And some of these branches also need some lighting. Here's a point light. I think it's an area light with another Disney village enjoying this. Thank you, Diora. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's give these the water the white, that white material. Again, we already set this up in the beginning with dynamic paint. All we need is just have these two objects in the brushes collection, and make sure they also get the dynamic paint brush setting with mesh and proximity. I think I just need to Control L ink mode copy modifiers so that this has the same thing, and I can come back to this and go to dynamic paint and just bake the sequence again, come back to the image, reload the image. You can see we have the white water there, and just reduce the scale of this noise and reduce the detail. I want the white water to be more visible, so okay. And I can also add in some rocks. Let me just draw the rocks in there. So I'm just going to grab this, just draw onto the surface. So we have some rocks going around this area, maybe around this area, like that. These rocks should be a bit bigger, and the width of the path should be a bit big as well. Change the stone order. Yes, so we have some random rocks in the water. And I'm just going to change the material to a darker material. So let me make this rock darker. So this should use rock. Now, since this is geometry nodes, I'm not sure if it will bake, but let's see. Bake again and reload. Oh, I need to give this the dynamic paint as well. Can't. But let me see. Apply geometry nodes. First go to geometry nodes here. And then just first realize instances and then apply. Can I? Transform curve to mesh in order. Convert. Do I need to first convert this to mesh? Yeah. So now I can give this Ctrl L, copy modifiers, so that it has dynamic paint. Thank you, Marina Nichaiva, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but yeah. Make this again. Go back to the shader editor. Reload this image. Interesting. I can also use the ambient occlusion node. It can give us the same effect. Usually not the best. I need to have ambient occlusion turned on. Ambient occlusion. Geometry nodes. Let me look at my some reason it's not showing, so I'm not going to bother too much with that. Let me see how this looks. Yeah, we have some rocks in there, which is good. Stop here. Doesn't look correct. And I think I can duplicate this, apply everything, visuals to geometry. Yes. have something like that. Isn't it cyberpunk? Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how to permanently ban bots like that. They are very relentless. Anyway, let's add some volumetrics. See. See. Okay, think this tower here should be a bit bigger. Hey, Ifan Musa. Great, good to know, Maybe it will help if you make the chat for subscribers only. That could work. Let me see, where is... Can't find the setting. Pop-out chat, participants. Yeah, I can't find the setting for that. Yeah, we'll look into that and see. Wait. I think we also need some light around here. So I need some light around the grass. So let me duplicate this light. Have it light directly the grass. Change the angle. Actually, I think I need to change the angle of this to something like 100. This as well. I think this is quite powerful. Yeah, so we have some bright spots that may be even rotated a bit. Like that. Maybe you have to do it before the stream. There's definitely a way. Yeah, I've seen other YouTubers do that. Don't really... Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to do it before the stream, not after you start. Okay, and let's see. Oh, I wanted to add steps here, so let me do that. I do have some steps from previous projects. So let's use that. I think I need to push this village to the left a bit so that I can have room for these steps, and can grab this house. Let's have it there. Yeah, our village is growing, which is nice. That looks good. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think we also need some stuff this side here. So I think I just make my life easier and just going to see if we can get away by just duplicating this to the left side, just like that, and also grab this. Yeah, just have something like that. Can also go back to my library here and let me see what other tree I can use here. Let me copy this. Just grab this, have it in the center of the wall. Call it 2 and just instance 2. Maybe just okay. We definitely need some shadows here. So let me grab this tree, see if I can have it block some of the light. Yeah. This song haunts me in my nightmares. I forget a lot to change the song, the music. Try to focus. Let me see if I can find more. Oh. Let's see. I want to maybe make the water a bit more bluey. Just because I watched an hour long tutorial once and it was looped over and over. It's one of the common ones. Now, today I have to admit we have got somewhere without doing too much. We getting closer to the results much earlier than I expect sometimes, which is nice. Thank you, Nick Ori. Thank you. 124 likes. Nice. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for liking and for subscribing as well. Okay, let's see what else. We need some plants. The render looks really solid. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I want to add this bridge, but I don't want to remodel it because I know I have made something like this before. So let me go to my asset library and see in my building pack. Would would a civilization or a town like this have electricity? Because I want to add electricity power, but I don't know. I don't think they would have electricity in this town here. Now these steps are too small. Which add-on? This is the asset library add-on, and just helps me locate projects I've created before or models I've already made. I think this one should be a bit closer. How do you got your assets library on, right? This is just my own add-on asset library. Let me find a tower. Yeah, I can add in tower like this, maybe. I don't think it fits the aesthetics of this. Okay, this Lena wants to crash. Thank you, Gade TV, for subscribing. I appreciate that. You can use exclamation mark add-ons to see the add-ons that I use. Now, let me get a forest. This is something created in a previous video, so let's reuse it here. Simple forest. That's going to change just the rotation. A bridge would make sense. Ah, we just wait for this shares to compile in Eevee so I can look at some of the stuff I have here. Bridge. Let me search for bridge here. Oh yes, let's just create it from this. Shouldn't be that hard. Yes, like that. These scenes look like Terra used to accept for the Asian style gabble. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. A small boat and a bridge. We do have a boat. Yes, this bridge has to be smaller. Add a sub to the rock. A sub to the rock? What do you mean a sub? A sub? I'm not sure I understand. Hey, we can add some flowers. Let's see. Yeah, I have this. Adding some a mix of flowers, just a tiny bit. Subdivisions. Hey Fadi, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Listening to our office hours meeting with the Midjourney founder, he just said, "I don't like the idea of a future where we just type in any word and it just does completely everything." So what is he suggesting that their products is not wasn't a good idea? Or what is he saying really? I don't think there is a. We have reached a point of no return, so they have opened that kind of worm. There's no way of putting them back. AI is here. There's no way of just stopping the progress of that. Other flowers near to the camera. That this board, there's something about it and don't like. And said I'm consciously thinking about joy to physicalize this because we are physical people and humans are artists, and we need to remember that. Yeah, like what does he mean? Because if you created the product and is recreating it, what does that even mean? I hope AI generation stays as just giving inspiration and aiding other progress and not completely taking over artist's job. Well, I think it's going to take artist's job. There isn't a way around that. And because you can just look at how much progress that has been made in this small period. So much progress in very little time. So like Disney movies, for example, can use AI to color in their storyboards. Ah, the issue with the AIs is that they're just getting too good to be ignored by studios. So, and studios are always trying to cut their costs, and labor is their biggest cost. So, yeah. So it's an easy sell for them. Right. Good to know that the people at Midjourney still have artists interests in mind at least. Well, I think that's just for press. They can't say that they're glad AI is going to replace artists. They have to pretend that yeah, they don't really like where this is heading, but they did invest money in this, so they want to make sure that they can monetize it and make some money out of it. So they're going to be pushing for it. It's not that they regret, but they have to pretend that they regret this, I think. But if you spend that much money, and the issue is that it's not just one company doing this, it's a lot of companies. It's almost like every month there is a new AI generator, so them giving up won't even do anything. It's just they're just leaving up, giving room for new companies to do what they're trying to do. So like redundant tasks can be made easier, and artists can focus on producing the best images. But that's the problem. AI is not really. It's also creating good images. And now I'm starting to see, we're starting to see animation done using AI. So works, because I saw some AI. I don't remember which AI it was. Let me see. Was it NVIDIA? Text to animation AI that could program a work cycle by just telling the AI what to do. Maybe run here, or I think I saw it on Twitter or something. I don't remember where I saw it, but yeah, you could just do a text prompt and tell the AI what to do. We are in the matrix. But you can't get rid of the human input. Well, you can't really be sure about that. I mean, yeah, this is in a span of 1 year, at least for what we have been seeing, there's just a lot of progress, so you can't really be sure. And they don't have to replace everyone. They just have to replace. Yeah. Facebook Meta is making text to animation. That's a different AI. I know about the Meta AI, but there is another one. For basically, it gets a rig, a rigged character, and you just command it to make animations for you. This bot is quite dark. I get it, but in the end, humans have to initiate the actions of the AI, and as long as AI helps humans create more and more, I think it is good. I don't see it as artists losing their jobs. Yeah, so let me show you an example. Let me see. Midjourney. Midjourney. Why people are making AI to replace humans? I don't think they are making AI to replace humans. They're just trying to make money, and most of the time that ends up replacing humans. So yeah, so if a client commissioned an artist to do, okay, what's going on? My PC is slowing down because I have 2 projects opened, I think. Yeah, so I need to close one of these projects. I accidentally opened another Blender project, which is, I think, slowing down things. So how to close all of the projects. Okay, so let's say a client commissioned an artist to make a piece like this here. How long do you think it would take the artist? 2 days, 1 day? Well, the AI takes about a few seconds, so that's an artist replaced. Wanted to open this. Thank you, Red Boats, for subscribing. If an artist loses their job because of the powerful AI, that is powerful enough to replace their job, they can use the AI to create their own things. I've used Midjourney. Artists and color scientists are the ones who will be ahead. It is not an artist replaced, in my perspective. I think I missed a lot of the conversation, but what else do you guys think we can add in here? Yeah, we can add a waterfall in the back here. Let's do a waterfall quickly here. Let's do a waterfall. Okay, waterfall. Is this cycles? Yeah, this is cycles. Grab a noise. Can have waterfall like that. Grab I think let's use an emission. Thank you, user 66, and transparent. Guys, we should look at it from another perspective. This allows everyone to make art. It's amazing, and artists have an advantage, so they can use it to exploit it in ways normal people can't do. Guess that's another way to look at it. But if anyone can do art, then who is going to employ you? employ the artists then. Bakay, thank you Bakay for subscribing as well. I need to switch these around. I have been a subscriber for almost 2 years. Your art is improved greatly, like what a transformation. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey. I like these conversations because maybe they give you a new perspective. They give me a new perspective of how people look at stuff. Yeah, I remember Fadi. I think you were around when I started streaming. So thank you. Thank you also Mario Fimiani for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, it will definitely replace a lot of jobs. There's no way it can't replace people's jobs. It's impossible. Okay. Yeah, I think those are nice waterfalls. I think this is my favorite piece by you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we can have some waterfall there. Maybe some trees. Oh, have you thought about using AI? How can using more realistic models like maybe PBR based textures. With PBR based textures, you can have this look more realistic. I think I need to shrink this tree down a bit. Yeah, want to show off that water. But there will be an art director who will use the AI. You have the wrong point. Well, an art director that types in text. Anyway, this boat looks too dark to me. Just get another light. How is so good? Practice, practice, practicing. Yeah, I think want that area to have some light, and I want some shadows here. So let me grab this tree, maybe this. Just playing the lighting with the lighting here. Yes, that and for artists that will work in the company, not like 200 like before. Yeah. There is a website which can make 3D models with command. Yeah, that's another thing I saw today. Actually, it's the third AI that does that. I think Stable Diffusion is also at that point where it can make that. Previously, it was I think NVIDIA's AI that could generate 3D models from pictures, but now other AIs can do that as well. Let's look at this from different angles. Maybe even add another waterfall in the back. Nah. So like instead of Disney ruling the 3D world, now small companies with less people using AI can rise up because AI is so powerful. That's interesting. It's an interesting way of looking at it. But most of the times, established companies always find a way to beat the system. Maybe artists can make their own movies using AI, and because they have not spent spent most of their budget creating the work or the film, they can spend most of the money or their budget in advertising, because that's usually what kills the project. When the movie or short movie, cartoon, whatever, doesn't have an advertising budget, it usually struggles with viewership. Thank you, Ecatech. Yeah, that's another way to look at it, I guess. Because Right now, the way it was is that you could have the budget to make a movie or animation, but without an advertising budget, because you have spent it mostly on making the movie itself, you end up having no one watching your movie. And that's where studios like Disney have been very competitive because they had the advertising budget most studios don't have. That's yeah. So maybe there is AI could be a good thing in some areas. I don't know. Shall see. But now one person with a great idea can make beautiful things and use money to advertise. Yeah, that could be another way to think of it. Because in most cases, you see a lot of projects being completed and almost having no audience or no viewer base. Because without an advertising budget, you're basically, yeah, not going to make anything. Since based on what you guys said, AI can replace 200 people, well, now animation studios can all be teams of 5 with lots of AI used to make money, to make a movie, which means more diversity in projects. But then that only, the issue with that is that if the AI is going to free up money for artists to have money to spend on their advertising, that also means that it's also going to free up Disney's money. Instead of Disney spending 50% of its budget on the production, it's going to use like 80% of its budget on the advertising, because AI has also enabled it to free up some money for advertising. So it's not just going to help the artists, the indie filmmakers. It's also going to help Disney, because now they don't have to spend as much on the movie. They can spend most of their money on. So basically, yeah, they still have an advantage over that. Yeah, it doesn't really change that much. Now, can you tell me, if a movie director can make the movie alone, then what others will do? Yeah, because if yeah, that's another issue. If anyone can make a movie, then we are going to have a lot of projects, and everyone will be shouting for attention. So, and AI is going to reduce the cost of production, but it's going to increase the number of projects that can be produced in a year, but it's not going to increase the number of viewers or people who are willing to pay to watch the project. So it's going to increase supply but not increase demand. So that's another issue to look at, if you want to look at it in that perspective, that it's going to enable anyone to make movies. It's not going to enable anyone to watch movies. That's which is going to create a few issues. So you're not replacing anyone or anything, you're just leveling up the quality. More indie studios would rise, which would mean that more projects will be released, more movies are going to be released, but not more viewers are going to be released, are going to be added to the audience. So you're going to be competing for more viewers. So it's basically just going to increase the advertising budget, because now more people can have money to advertise, since the cost of production was a bit low for everyone. I don't know if it will destroy AI art completely, but it's a new space. No one knows for sure. Thank you, Exome, and thank you, MT Creations, for being here. I think I'm also going to end the stream here. I'm not seeing much to add to this. Just looking at the brighter side. Great. I don't think I'm going to, let me see, play with the lighting. Love the work. Thank you. Let me see if I can add some clouds. Clouds in the back. Okay, the clouds are too realistic. Maybe the volumetrics, I can increase the fog. Yeah, I think we could use a highlight around this grass, this bush here. So let me add an area light on here. And thank you, Shiba Madhu, for subscribing. I'm going to see if I add a highlight there, how does that look? Yeah, just something like that. Maybe this should also this house should have, yeah, the roof should be lit up a bit so that that area is not too dark. And maybe this could be 500. I think we have too much grass. Let's see, do I have any rocks? Grab this. This one might be a bit too realistic, but just going to stick with it for now. That's good. Should be happy with it. Thank you. Yeah, maybe this grass, I need more path. something like that. Let me try changing the color of this. Yes. Add volume or volumetric. You know what? Yeah, I think we could do that. I think. Let me see. Because if I add, where's my this here? If I add a volume object, I want to see if I can make good rays out of this. This is a good ray texture. I think I do have something like that. Yeah, I've tried burning at the boat, but it keeps coming back. I think next time I'm just going to put the chat in subscriber mode only, because that's the only way to stop the spamming. think all these trees should have the let's see. What if I made the grass? You know what? I don't mind that at all. Maybe balance it with some green. Or with some green. Let me see. I think this is too bright. Yeah, something like that. You know what? I think I like this. I think I like this. Why you don't do post-processing in Photoshop? I get lazy, and also if I try to render this out while streaming, the stream just crashes, and yeah. Then the image looks flat after rendering. Yeah, you have to do some post-processing. Takes a bit of time. And I would prefer to do it online, but the issue with that is that I have to first render that, and it wouldn't. My PC can't render while streaming, so that's an issue. I like that we can view this from different angles and it's still good enough. One thing I could do is add a swing. Do I have a swing? No, but I can make one very easily. So we just need Let's add a swing. We have a barrel. Maybe add a few of those here. Now this is they're waiting to be shipped. I'm imagining this scene with Japanese tradition house. Ah, and that would look, I think, amazing as well. Okay, let's see what else can we add. We have some medieval signs. Not really. Make sure I'm saving a backup copy of this. Thank you AFA for subscribing. Appreciate that. This how this rock surface it's a sort of break a material. Maybe I don't know, it's not very usable here. Looking great. Thank you. Let's see, shop, cart, have a medieval cart. This, I think I could have it somewhere. Shop. Can you add some big flower in front of the camera? Maybe let me just increase the size of these. Let's see the material on this. leaves, these flowers, I think I would have to do a better job on the material. Let me see. Just can go to the alpha. Hello, Ahmed. How are you? Pink will be beautiful. Let me see. Thank you, Abbas. Thank you. I think I need another light around this tree. Like this work. Thank you, thank you. No, Prenda, thank you, Mami Amin. I mean 8. I don't know, some reason these flowers just look darker than I expect them to look. They just look... I think that could be that we are exceeding our, what is it called? Light bounces, light path for the transparency. Let's put this at 28. Maybe that should make things look lighter. Yeah, let me, because you can see we have a lot of meshes here that could contribute to the transparency issue we are having here. Maybe sun reflection on the water. I think that we would have to fake it with some area light. can you explain to me the problem when I render? It takes a lot of time. That depends on what you're rendering and what setup you have for your PC. So without that information, I can't really know what could be the issue. Yeah, I think we are going to end the stream here. Thank you, Exxon Bob. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm just going to give this a render, and if you want to see the final render, you can always go to Blender Everything. That's usually where I post the final render. 2.4, I'm here. Thank you. I want to see, where is my render? I'll be posting the final render on this page, on this website. But yeah, I think this one came out looking good. Thank you, Zigzag, for being here for that long. I appreciate it. And maybe I could render a couple of different angles. This could work without any significant work added. Yeah, see you. Thank you.